All right, 89. Hello. Thank you so much, Novisa, for the likes. Okay, so guys, we are going to pick it up from question 59. We answered question 58 yesterday very well, but question 59 was we got stuck yesterday in question 59. And this is what happens when there's something that you may have forgotten how to do. Okay. So question 59 says, what is the diameter of the can correct to 2 decimal places? The capacity of a can is 300 millimeters and the height of the can is 13 centimeters. So they are saying, what is the diameter of the can correct to 2 decimal places? Now, yesterday, I asked the live viewers, right? I specifically asked the live viewers, what is the conversion of milliliters? Okay. I asked them, what is the conversion of millimeters to centimeters cubed? And someone in the comment section said, we divide by 1,000, which was 100% incorrect. So what I did is I just played along with what the viewer had said, that if you want to convert capacity of milliliters to centimeters cubed, you divide by 1,000. So what I did is I substituted the volume that we had then gotten, which is 0.3 centimeters cubed, into the formula. We got a value of R, which is 0.08, and then when we multiplied by 2, this 0.08, we got, an answer which was not listed in the options for question 59. And so that meant something had gone wrong, or something we had not done correctly. Okay, so anyways, that's what happens, guys, when we do not know what we actually are doing. The one thing here that was incorrect, everything here was fine. The one thing that went wrong was the conversion of milliliters to centimeters cubed. Which is why then I'm going to ask you very strongly that you know how to convert capacity in milliliters to volume, which is in centimeters cubed. So I then obviously went and did my research, right? Because that was something I did not know. So if we want to convert milliliters to centimeters cubed, guys, 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cubed. That's what we know. So therefore, if we are going to ask, what is 300 milliliters? What is the capacity of 300 milliliters? If we want to convert capacity to volume, then 300 milliliters, guys, is equal to 300 centimeters cubed. Okay? Yeah. Okay, I hope we are good there. So this is what I'm going to now then say to you. Kilometer cubed is equal to kiloliter for capacity. Okay, so 1 kilometer cubed is equal to 1 kiloliter cubed. 1 meter cubed, right, is equal to 1 liter. 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. Okay, so this here, guys, is how we can convert, okay, this side capacity, guys. Okay, the capacity of something is basically how much can be contained within a 3-dimensional solid. So if we have a cylinder here, and let's say they tell us that the capacity of the cylinder is 1 kiloliters, and we want to then convert the capacity to volume, we know that 1 kiloliter is equal to 1 kilometer cubed. If we are given the capacity in liters, then we know that 1 liter will be equal to that. If we are given the capacity in milliliters, then we know that 1 milliliter is equal to 1 centimeter cubed. So in our question, guys, that was listed there in number 59, they say the capacity of a can, grade 9s, is 300 milliliters and the height of the can is 13 centimeters. What is the diameter of the can? Correct to 2 decimal places. Is it A, 2,71 centimeters, B, 5,42 centimeters, C, 11,5 centimeters, or D, 17,03 centimeters? So how then we go about this question is, firstly, a can is a typical example of a cylinder. Okay, that's what a can would be. We are told that this can has the capacity of 300 milliliters. And then the height of the can, we are told, the height of the can is actually 13 centimeters. And they're asking what is the diameter of the can. And we must correct that to 2 decimal places. So we know that 300 milliliters is equal to 300 centimeter cubed. So this capacity converted to volume is 300 centimeters cubed. That's the volume. So we can say V is equal to 300 centimeter cubed. But since it's a can, what sort of prism are we dealing with here? We are dealing with a cylinder. Now, the volume of a cylinder, any prism, guys, its volume will be the area of the base. By the base, we mean that circle in the bottom. That circle in the bottom is congruent to the circle at the top. That's what we know about prisms. Prisms have the same two-dimensional shape at the top like they do at the bottom. So a cylinder has a base of a circle. The area of the base, or the area of the circle, is given by pi r squared. Then when we are calculating volume, we take the area of the base and we multiply it by the perpendicular height. So in other words, how tall that particular prism is. So we are told that the height is 13 centimeters. So we know we are going to multiply by 13 centimeters. So the volume of a cylinder is given by the area of the base, which is a circle, which is pi r squared, times its height, how tall it is, 13 centimeters. But remember, we said that the volume is 300 centimeters cubed. So it means we can substitute in the place of V 300. Okay? Then what do we want? We want the diameter of this particular can. So to do that, we are going to calculate the unknown R. So let's go. So we're going to say 13 pi r squared. We multiply the pi r squared with 13, it becomes 13 pi r squared is equal to 300. We want r. The relationship between r squared and pi and 13, they have a relationship of multiplication. So if 13 is multiplied by pi is multiplied by r and we want r, what do we do, guys? In order to get rid of 13 and pi so that we can calculate the value of r, what we do is we divide by 13 pi. Let's look at the things we want to get rid. We want to get rid of 13, we want to get rid of pi, but we want r. So we divide by 13 pi, seeing as though that 13 and pi are multiplied to each other next to r squared. We want r squared, but we want to get rid of 13 and pi. But remember, guys, if you do that to an equation, what you do to the left, you must do where? To the right. So we divide both sides by 13 pi. Then what happens? That cancels. Okay, sorry. We can't cancel this. Okay, we cancel this because this divided by that is 1. What does that leave us with? R squared. We take our calculator, we punch in what is 300 divided by 13 pi. I'm going to wait for someone in the comment section to tell me what's the division of 300 divided by 13. What's 300 divided by 13 pi? Okay, so if you guys are really in this live session and you are here present, please take your calculator for me, type in 300 and then divide it by 13 pi and tell me what do you get. And after doing that, we want r, we don't want r squared. So we use the inverse of squared and we take the square root on both sides. So all in all, what we want to find out what's the square root of 300 divided by 13 pi. Maybe you can tell me what that is. That will give me the value of r. Okay, this is grade 9, guys. Grade 9. But of course, the concept of volume and surface area and all of those things applies to grade 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So what's the answer, guys? What's the square root of 300 divided by 13 pi? Patiently waiting for someone to tell me what's the square root of 300 divided by 13 pi. Guess we're not going to move until someone tells me. 2,71. 2,71. Okay, now remember, we don't want the radius. We don't want the radius. The question asked for the diameter. Now, if we look at this cylinder, the radius is half the diameter. So if we want the diameter, we know we must multiply the radius by 2. So what's 2 times the radius? The radius is 2,71. What? 2 times 2,71. What's 2 times 2,71? Okay, 5,42. Thank you very much. So that means then that the diameter is 5,42. Okay, so grade 9s, this is it. The diameter of the can corrected to 2 decimal places is that answer, 5,42. So number 59 is actually B, which is 5,42. B, guys. B. That is our selection. B is the answer. Okay. Okay. How important it is to know these things. Okay. Let's go to number 60. The surface area of a rectangular prism is 3,640 centimeters squared. The what? The surface area of a what? Of a rectangular prism. Yes, I will. I will be uploading, obviously. The playlist is already there, guys. Grade 9 GEC playlist. Already there. Already there. You can always check out the videos I've done so far. I think now we have a total of 7 videos for live sessions that I've done. You can watch from question 1. Now it will be going up until question 60. Okay, patiently watch those videos one by one and sacrifice some time. Question 60. The surface area of a rectangular prism is 3,640 centimeters squared. The width is double the height, and we are told that the height is equal to 140 millimeters. the question is, what is the length of the prism? Okay, once again, let's repeat this. The surface area of a rectangular prism is what? 3,640 centimeter squared. The width is double the height, and the height is equal to 140 millimeters. What is the length of the prism? Is it A, 26, B, 13, C, 34, or D, 70 centimeters? Let's check out what we mean. Guys, I've just drawn a rough diagram of a rectangular prism. Okay, this is rough. The surface area of this rectangular prism is 3,640 centimeters squared. We are told that the width, now remember guys, the width is also what we call the breadth, okay, is 2 times the height. The height is 140 millimeters and the length we want to calculate. So I want us to now, for a moment, check a few things. One, do we have same units? If you look at the options that are here, the answer is in centimeters. Now, let's look at the units. The surface area is in centimeters squared. That's fine. Okay. Width is 2 times the height. The height is 140 millimeters. We need to change this 140 millimeters because if the units of the answer are in centimeters, then it means we can't have millimeters as the height. So we need to convert the height to centimeters. So how do we do that? Remember, we have this that we need to always remember. To convert kilometers to millimeters, we times by 1,000. To convert meters to centimeters, we times by 100. To convert centimeters to millimeters, we times by 10. Okay, and then vice versa. Millimeters to centimeters, divide by 10. Centimeters to meters, we divide by 100. And then meters to kilometers, we divide by 1,000. And remember guys, if we want to move in any other from millimeters to meters, then we need to divide by 10, then divide by 100, we'll get there. So it's always useful to have this drawn in our paper somewhere when we are about to do a question that has meters, centimeters, kilometers, because we might need to convert some units. So how do we convert 140 millimeters to become centimeters? From millimeters to centimeters, we must divide by 10. So that means 140 millimeters must be divided by 10 in order to get centimeters. So 140 divided by 10 is 14 centimeters. Now that we have that, we can now proceed with answering the rest of the question. So first question, do we have the same units? 2, do we have all the dimensions of this particular rectangular prism? So very important here. We were told that the surface area is 3,640 what? Centimeters squared. That's fine. 2, the width is 2 times the height, whereas the height is what? 14 centimeters. So our height is 14 centimeters. We were told that the width or the breadth is 2 times the height. That means our width is equal to 2 times. Now the height, guys, we are told is 140 millimeters. We converted it to centimeters, is 14 centimeters. So that means we say 2 times what? The height is 14 centimeters. So our width is actually what? 28 centimeters, because 2 times 14 is 28 centimeters. The question was, what is the length? What is the length of the rectangular prism? Now guys, this is the height of a rectangular prism. This would be the width and this is the length. Height height, length, length, width, width. How many faces of the rectangular prism do we have? We have 6 faces of the rectangular prism. So when we write surface area is equal to 3,640 centimeters squared, at least now we'll be dealing with the same units. What is the formula for the surface area of a rectangular prism? So guys, here's the thing. You have this face, this rectangle. It is H times W. It is then congruent to this face. It is also H times W. So we have 2H times W. Right? Or in other words, height times width. Width is also breadth. Plus. Then we have this rectangular face, the one in front, which is congruent to the rectangular face at the back. Its dimensions are H and L. We have 2H times L. Plus the last rectangular face, the one at the top, this rectangular face, it has W and L. W, the width, and the length, which is L. So we say 2 what? W times the length. So now guys, we can substitute the information that we have collected. Okay, we know that the surface area is 3,640. Okay, then 2 in the place of H. Remember the height we calculated, it is 14 centimeters. We are going to say 14 times W. W is 28. The width is 28 centimeters. We remember we were told that the width is 2 times the height, and we calculated the width using the height that we had. 2 times 14 is 28. So that means 28 plus 2. H is 14. L, what we want, plus 2. W is what? Is 28. L, what we want. So now we have one unknown, which is L, and we want to calculate the value of L. So we are going to proceed. Now I need you guys to be my calculators. I don't have a calculator with me, so I trust you to type in the right things. 3,640. What's 2 times 14 times 28? I wanted the value here because I can get it. So 14 times 28 times 2, what is that, guys? In the comment section, please. What's 2 times 14 times 28? Brackets mean multiply. Thank you, Indipila. Indipila, you are really helpful. I must say that. Thank you for your accuracy as well, because I can see that this 8 and the 4 will give me 32. So I have, faith in that. So that placeholder, the unit digit will be 2, and then that 2 multiplied by the 2 does have a unit digit of 4. So the unit digit is 4. It makes sense, and thank you very much. Then we come here. We multiply the 2 and the 14 and the L. What's 2 times 14? It is 28. What's 28 times L? 28L. Okay. Then we come here. 2 times 28 is 56. 56 times L, that's 56L. Now it's like we have an equation that we need to solve, like we would do when we are solving for X, but this time around we are solving for who? For L. So what do? We take the 784, cross over. 3,640 minus 784 is equal to, these are like terms, 28 plus 56. What's 28 plus 56, guys? 28 plus 56. Okay, when we are adding like terms, we keep the variable L, and then we add the coefficients. What's 28 plus 56? Thank you, Indipile, as resourceful as you are, 84. Then we subtract. What's 3,640 minus 84? Okay, what's the numerical value? We have 84L this side. What's 3,640 minus 784? Thank you, Indipile. 2,856. 2,856. Now, We want the value of L. 84 is multiplied to L. How do we get rid of the 84? If it's multiplied to L, we divide it by 84. The relationship of 84 and L is multiplication, so we use the inverse. We divide by the same 84, but what we do on the right, we must do where, guys? On the left. So what's 2,856 divided by 84? Thank you, Mfana Unkos. What's 2,856 divided by 84? Cancel. L is equal to the length is equal to 34. We can now write 34 centimeters, because remember, guys, we had converted the units to be the same. Yes, this is grade 9. So the answer is 34 centimeters. That is the length of the rectangular prism. Let's go to our options. Did we have 34 centimeters as one of the options for number 60? What is the length of the prism? Is it A, 26, B, 13, C, 34, or D, 70 centimeters? Guys, it seems like we do have an option there that we have found and calculated. Yes, we have C as the option to select. You see, guys, how nice this GEC thing. This 2022 paper. Yes, this was the GEC paper 2022. It had both paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is how we would go about calculating these things. So it's important to know we need to know our stuff for surface area and volume. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. We move on to section B. Okay, I'll do that, Clouds. I'll do that. I'm concluding this paper 2022. I've been doing this paper for the past maybe 7 or 8 days. Okay, I'll upload. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel which is called Maths Grade 9 Maths GEC 2022, and I've uploaded all the live videos I've been doing for the past 7 or 8 days. So every morning I go live at 5:30 for the grade 9s, preparing them for what is to come. So if you have missed some of the videos, you can watch those one by one. You just need to sacrifice time, because imagine there are 8 videos now. Those who have been joining every morning will obviously know what I've been doing. Okay, grade 9, guys. So if you want to watch those videos, go and watch them and take some time so that you can really understand some of the concepts you might have forgotten. All right. Tomorrow, I think I'll start with GEC Paper 1 2023, and I'll start going through the questions that are in that question paper, and I'll be answering them in the mornings. And after that, I'll transition to GEC 2024, so that I will have done 3 papers in the morning now, 2022, 2023, 2024. So let's conclude this 2022 paper now, which had both paper 1 and paper 2. 2022 had both paper 1 and 22 GEC. 2023 had only paper 1, and 2024 had only paper 1 as well. So let's go now and finish off this aspect. Section B says 2y is equal to 2x plus 4. Sketch the graph representing the above information. Now, question 61 is a function or straight line graph question. That is a paper 1 aspect. Functions or straight line graphs are paper 1 aspect. Sketch the graph representing the above information. Guys, section B. If we say 2y is equal to 2x plus 4, all right, guys, the link is in my bio, Clouds. The link to the YouTube channel is in my bio. It is the YouTube link. You copy the YouTube link, you paste it on your search engine, okay? Copy the link and paste it on your search engine, your Google search engine. Then you press search, and it should lead you to the YouTube channel. It's also called Maths is a Game, with a white icon emblem, Maths is a Game, then you can actually subscribe. Then you can search the grade 9 Maths GEC 2022 playlist. There's a playlist. The most recent videos I've uploaded are actually part of the playlist. There should be now, I think, 7 videos of that particular playlist, because I've been doing this paper for the last 7 or 6 or 8 days. Okay, let's answer this question 61. Sketch the graph. So here we are going to simply use the dual intercept method. Makes life very easy. Dual intercept method. We simply find the x-intercept, which we know we let what be equal to 0. If we want to find the x-intercept, we let y be equal to 0 for this equation. So straightforward. Okay, no, guys, I don't have this year's paper. You guys, I don't know what's wrong. Some of you want to cheat. I don't have this year's paper. And even if I did, I would never do it on the live. Why? Because you guys are supposed to prepare. This is the 2022 paper, okay? 2022 paper. Okay. X-intercept, we let y be equal to 0. So we go there, substitute in the place of y, we substitute 0 in brackets, equal to 2x plus 4. And then we can solve for x. So 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2x plus 4. We take the 4 over, it becomes negative 4. We isolate x, then we divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 2, which gives us negative 2. So x is equal to negative 2. So that means our coordinates are when x is negative 2, it was when I substituted y, which is 0. This is my coordinates of the x-intercept, negative 2 and 0. Then let's find the y-intercept. How do we find the y-intercept? We let x be equal to 0. So there's the equation. 2y is equal to, in the place of x, we are going to substitute what? 0. 2 brackets 0 plus 4. Then we write 2y is equal to, what's 2 times 0? It's 0. Then 2y is equal to 4. We divide, guys, both sides by the coefficient of y, which is 2. Then we get y is equal to 2. What are the coordinates? When x is 0, y is 2. X is 0. There, we place, in the x coordinate, we place 0, and then y is what? Is 2. So those are our pair of intercepts. So then we go and draw a Cartesian plane. Usually, I think in GEC, you get provided a Cartesian plane. The y-axis, the x-axis, 0 there, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. Here, we have positive y values, 1, we have 2, we have 3. We make sure that our spacing is actually pretty, standard. We have negative values here, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Here we also have negative values, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Now if we're looking to locate negative 2 and 0, where x is negative 2, x is negative 2 everywhere on this vertical line. That's where x is negative 2. Cutting through x, which is negative 2, that's where x is negative 2. But y is 0 on the x-axis. So they meet exactly there. That's the point, negative 2 and 0. It lies on the x-axis. That's why we call this the what? The x-intercept. Then let's look for this point. The point 0 and 2. Where x is 0. Where is x 0? X is equal to 0 everywhere on this vertical line. Then y is 2 where? Y is equal to 2 everywhere on this horizontal line. So where do they meet? They meet there exactly. That's the point 0 and 2. Then you take your ruler, guys. You take your what? Your ruler, okay, and you connect your dots with a straight line ruler. You pass those 2 points slightly as well, and then you draw arrows on either end to show that this function continues forever and ever. It's increasing, but it continues forever and ever. in that way. So if you really want to formalize it, you can write the coordinates 0 and 2, and you can write -2 and 0. And that's basically, you label the function 2y is equal to 2x plus 4. That's how you were given the function, and that is that. You get all your marks for sketching that function. Straightforward, using the what? The dual intercept method. You find the two intercepts. You let y be 0, you substitute into the equation, you solve for x. Okay, you let x be equal to 0 to find the y-intercept, you substitute 0 in the place of x, you solve for y. You write down your coordinates. Then you locate your coordinates on your Cartesian plane. You connect those dots, and that is your function. That's how you use the dual intercept method to sketch a function. Are we clear? So, I hope we are. Section B is not about selecting A, B, or C. We actually are answering questions, guys, for section B. Section B is always you having to actually now write on the answer book that you've been given, GEC, and work out your calculations. It's no longer about selecting the letters. Okay, so let us anticipate that. Let's go to question 62. A is 1 and 2, B is -2 and 3, C is -4 and -1, and we are told those are the vertices of triangle ABC. Now they are saying, draw the image of triangle ABC after the translation x and y transforms to x, meaning x stays the same, whereas y, we subtract 4. So if we are subtracting 4 from y, it means that y always has to do with vertical translation. It means that our triangle is going to move 4 units what? Down or up, guys? If we are subtracting y or -4 from y, what is happening to the triangle? Is it moving up or is it moving down? What do we understand, guys? Okay, because the transformation here, we are told that x stays the same, because x is still x after the transformation, but y, we are subtracting 4 from y. So according to the transformation geometry understanding that we have, when we subtract 4 from y, what does that mean? Does that mean that the triangle is moving up, or does that mean the triangle is moving down? Y always has to do with either moving up or down if we are adding or subtracting to y. So my question is, if we are subtracting 4 from y, are we moving up by 4 units, or are we moving down by 4 units? Okay, so hopefully all of us understand that we move down by 4 units. We're moving the entire triangle down by what? By 4 units. So what I'm going to do here, they say I must draw the image of triangle ABC after the translation. Okay, so let us have a Cartesian plane. But maybe before we do that, let us first identify the new coordinates of each point. Okay, so let's write down the coordinates that we have. We have A, 1 and 2. Okay, so let me just do that here. Okay, maybe let's just do it all. And I'll just do it in another page. A, 1 and 2. We have B, -2 and 3. We have C, -4 and -1. So what is happening? They are saying that when the transformation has happened, our x value is not changing. X remains x. So in other words, 1 will remain as 1. Okay, let's look at B when the B is changed, the image of B. The -2 stays -2. What about C? The -4 stays -4. So we have no changes with x. Our x value is remaining the same. Let's go to y. Now there in the question, they are saying why you subtract 4. So we are going to take each y value and we are going to do what? Subtract 4. So guys, I'm sorry about that. This y value is 2. If we subtract 4 from 2, what's 2 minus 4? That gives us negative 2. So that means our y value is negative 2 here. Let's come here. If we take 3 and we subtract 4, what's 3 minus 4? That's negative 1. And then lastly, if we take negative 1 and we subtract 4, what do we get? We get negative 5. Guys, please make sure that you get the accurate values here. Okay, so that means we have negative 5. Okay, so now we have the new images after the transformation or the translation has happened. Okay, these are our new coordinates for the triangle ABC, the image. Okay, so we need to draw the image after the translation. So we need to draw triangle ABC, this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I'm going to draw a Cartesian plane for us so that we can see this. Alright, let's just say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, question is, how far will I go? What I'm seeing here is my lowest value for both triangles. My lowest value is negative 5. My biggest value seems to be positive 3. I have between negative 5 and positive 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all my values end at 5, the biggest, and then my smallest for negatives, negative 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this side, same thing, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and then negative 5, just so that I have, right. So that's my Cartesian plane. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw both of these triangles so that I just want you guys to see. Okay, I know we are supposed to draw just the image of the, after the translation, but I want you to see how those triangles look like, because our understanding is that if we are subtracting 4 from y, the triangle is moving down just by how many units? By 4 units down. Okay, to form the new triangle. So let's look at this triangle, because triangle A, if we want to locate x value, which is 1, and the y value, which is 2, where is that? The x value, guys, grade 9s, the x value, which is 1, is here. X, which is 1, is everywhere on this vertical line where x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 is everywhere on this vertical line, whereas y, which is 2, is everywhere on this horizontal line. So where do the two meet? The two meet here. X is 1, y is 2. That's where the point A is. Let's go to B. B is negative 2 and 3, where x is negative 2, y is 3. Let's go. X is negative 2 here, everywhere on this vertical line. Then y is 3, everywhere on this horizontal line. Where do the two meet? Here. That's B. Okay, then let's go to negative 4 and negative 1, where x is negative 4 and y is negative 1. Where is x, which is negative 4? X, which is negative 4, is here, everywhere on this vertical line. That's x is negative 4. Then y is negative 1, everywhere on this horizontal line passing through negative 1. So where do the two meet? The two meet here. X negative 4, y negative 1. That is C. So if I was to draw ABC, the triangle, there it is, there it is, and there it is. Triangle ABC. ABC. Hope we see that. Now, I want to draw the image after translation. So this here. So I'm going to now use the very same, these coordinates now to draw the image of ABC. So A, guys, the image 1 and negative 2. Let's go. Where's 1 and negative 2? X is equal to 1 is everywhere on this vertical line. Then y is negative 2 is here. So we are meeting here. Negative 1, y negative. X is positive 1, y negative 2. That's where the new image is of this A. You see? Then B, negative 2, negative 1. Where is x negative 2? Here on this vertical line. Where is y negative 1? It's here. Where do they meet? Here. Then lastly, x negative 4, y negative 5. Where's x negative 4? X is negative 4 everywhere on this vertical line. Where is y negative 5? Y is negative 5 is here on this horizontal line. Where do the two meet? They meet there. So then I have A, B the image, C the image. Now I can take my what? Please guys, use a ruler. I'm using freehand. Why? Because I'm holding my phone with the other hand. So this, guys, you see, this entire triangle moved down by how many units? By 4 units to form the new image of triangle ABC. Guys, this is how you locate points. You must know how to locate points on your Cartesian plane, right? So this basically would be where I would get the marks, because they wanted me to write down the image of ABC after translation. So this is the image of ABC, but I can always look at it in relation to the triangle ABC, which was initially given to me in the question. So number 6.62 has been answered. That's drawing the image of triangle ABC after the translation. I would only be required, guys, to just draw this image. That's it. Okay. I just wanted to draw this one so that you could see how it relates to the image that has been formed after translation by 3-4 units down. Okay. Okay, I hope we're good. Let me move on now to 63. 63 says NMUR is a parallelogram. We are back to geometry, guys. Back to geometry. So that's why I was saying GEC 2022 paper was a good paper, because it had both paper 1 and paper 2 in it. So it's good for a learner to use that paper to practice for both papers. Okay. NMQR is a parallelogram. Okay, as you can see, angle MNP is 54 degrees, as you can see, right? Then what else are we told? Angle NPR is Y. I'm sure you can see that in the diagram. It's actually visible there. The Y has been inserted there. Okay, so that you have no doubt about what they are saying. And then they are saying MN is equal to MP and RQ is equal to QP. And the question is, what is the value of Y? Give reasons for your statements. So I've redrawn this diagram there. Okay. Okay, so let's just answer this last question, and that will be it for today. So NMQR is a parallelogram. As you can see, NMQR is a palm. Then they are saying MNP is what? Is 54 degrees we are given. Then NPR. NPR is Y. And then lastly, MN is equal to MP. So we have to then write that because we see it in the diagram. So these two are equal, and then those two are also equal. And they want us to find the value of the angle Y. Okay. Now, Cordelia is saying Y is equal to 54. Cordelia, we can't be more far from the truth in saying that. Remember, if these two lines, these ones, were parallel, then you could say that. But these lines, these ones, they are not parallel. So even though we see Z, but it only is true if these lines were parallel. If this PR and MN were parallel, we would say that Y is equal to 54. But we can't say that because this line MN is not parallel to PR. So we can't conclude and say this angle is equal to that angle. That's incorrect. So we need to use other logic to find the value of Y. Now, what I want to suggest very quickly is that we can use other logic. Okay, so something you need to note is that this angle is 54. This triangle is obviously an isosceles triangle. Okay, and Elisha, it's good that you know the answer, but what we need to do is we need to actually, as it says, give reasons for our statements and actually find the value of Y. So this is 54 degrees. So that means if this here, MN is equal to MP, we were told that MN is equal to MP. Okay, this is given to us. This is equal to that, so therefore that means angle P1 is equal to angle MNP, which is equal to 54 degrees. Why do we say that? Our reason is angles opposite equal sides. So you can now go and update your diagram and say 54 degrees. Okay, very important. 54 degrees there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Then we can actually find something else as well. We can find angle what? Angle M. This angle M. What is angle M? So we say in triangle NMP, angle M plus MNP plus angle P1 is equal to 180 degrees. What's the reason? Angles opposite equal sides. So angle M there will give us MNP, we know is 54 plus another 54 equal to 180 degrees. That means angle M here is equal to 180 degrees minus 54 plus 54 is 108. So we subtract on the other hand 108, and that gives us M. (180 minus 108) is that 76? Simta? No ways. No ways. No ways. Not 76. 72. Okay. Yeah. So we can update here and say we have 72 degrees. Now, something else to note here very, very quickly. this triangle MNP. I'm looking at this triangle, guys, this one. Do you see this triangle here? Yeah. This is a parallelogram. If this is a parallelogram, that means the following. This angle here and that angle there, this one, is between these parallel lines. This angle and that angle are actually in the U-shape position. This angle and that angle, we call these two angles what? These are parallel lines for a parallelogram. What is angle M and angle Q? What do we call them? What relationship does angle M and angle Q have? What does the two angles, what relationship do they have? I'm listening. Come on, guys, help me out. This angle, no. Same time, they are not corresponding angles. This angle and that angle, thank you. Let's say the two angles, angle M and angle Q, are co-interior angles. They are not opposite angles. Narcissistic, angle M is opposite angle P. Okay? Angle M and angle Q are co-interior angles. What do we know about co-interior angles? What do we know about co-interior angles? If these lines are parallel, the U shape, this angle and this angle are your armpit angles. They add up to 180. Thank you. They add up to 180. Their sum is 180. So we say angle Q plus angle M is equal to 180 degrees. And the reason we say co-interior angles, we state the lines that are parallel. MN is parallel to QR. MN parallel to QR. MN parallel to QR. We don't ever forget to write the parallel lines when we are saying co-interior angles. Please, guys. Angle Q, we don't know. Angle M, we just found it's 72 degrees. Is equal to 180. Now we can transpose our 180 minus the 72 degrees. What's 180 minus 72, guys? That gives us what? 180 minus 72. So that means we have 108 degrees. Can you see where I'm going with this? If I have this angle, now my mission is going to find angle P3 and angle R2. But specifically P3, because when I have P3, I'm going to be able to say this angle plus that angle plus that angle and then find Y. Do you see that? So I'm going to now have the mission of finding P3. When I look in triangle PQR, when I look at triangle PQR, this is 108. These two angles, remember, we were told in the statement that PQ is equal to QR. So let's write that down. PQ is equal to QR. That is given to us. PQ is equal to PR. What type of triangle then does that mean we have? PQ and QR. PQ and QR. What type of triangle do we have there? PQ and QR? No, not a right angle, guys. PQR. If this side is equal to this side is equal to that side, guys, what type of triangle do I have there? It's an isosceles triangle. I have an isosceles triangle, okay? So this angle, this side and this side, it means those two angles will be equal. P3 is equal to, angle P3 will be equal to what? Angle R2, which they are both equal. Why? Angles opposite equal sides. Okay? So now I want P3. That's all I'm interested in. So I'm going to say angle P3 plus angle R is equal plus 108, sorry, is equal to 180. What's the reason? And sum of angles in a triangle. Angle P3 plus angle R plus angle 108 is equal to 180 degrees, sum of angles in a triangle. But now, I already established that angle P3 is equal to R. So that means I can replace angle R with P3 as well. So I have P3 plus P3. So I can say angle P3 plus angle P3 is plus 108 is equal to 180. Okay, I already had my reason, now I can solve. So that means 2P3 is equal to 180. I take the 108 over minus 108. I get 72 degrees. Okay, and then what do? I divide both sides by the coefficient of angle P3, which is 2, which means angle P3 is equal to what? 72 divided by 2. It's 36 degrees. Okay, do you see that, guys? Nicely done. Since angle P3 is equal to angle R, I substitute in the place of R angle P3. So that means angle P3 plus angle P3. I've substituted in the place of R angle P3 since these two are equal for this reason. Then I solve for angle P3. I get 36 degrees. I can go to my diagram now and write in the answers I've got. Now I have 54y and 36. What do we know about these three angles, guys? These three, angle P3, y, and P1. What is the relationship between the three angles? This angle plus that angle plus that angle. Thank you, Lesejo. These are angles on a straight line. So I'm going to now conclude and say 54 degrees, which is this angle, plus y, which is that angle, plus 36 degrees, which is that angle, is equal to 180. My reason, angles on a STR line, guys, they share a common vertex P. So if angles share a common vertex, then we say that this angle from this line to there is 36. From this here to there is y, and from here to there is 54. We can add these three angles. They are adjacent or next to each other, and they share a common vertex. So therefore, when we add them together, they give us 180 degrees. Angles on a straight line is our reason. Then we transpose. 36 becomes minus 36. 54 becomes minus 54. So our angle y, 180 minus 36 minus 54. That should give us an answer in the comment section, chat. What is y? Thank you. Y is equal to 90 degrees. Finished. Okay, and there it is. Okay, not difficult. Okay, nice work. And whoever's marking my work will see that I have actually step by step for everything that I wrote down that was new. I was able to do what? I was able to show my reasons. Mn is equal to Mp from where I started. Given P1 is equal to angle MNP. 54 degrees. Reason, please guys, we don't write base angles of an isosceles triangle. We write angles opposite equal sides. Then in this triangle, I found angle M, which is 72 degrees. Okay, and I forgot the reason there. I didn't write the reason. M plus 54 plus 54. I didn't write the reason. Okay, that's not good. Must always make sure our reasons are there. sum of angles in triangle. I don't want to lose marks because I did not write my reasons. I got angle M, which is 72 degrees. Then I saw there's a relationship between M and Q. Between these parallel lines, these are co-interior angles, and co-interior angles add up to 180. So I added Q plus M, which is 180 degrees co-interior angles. I stated my parallel lines. Then angle Q plus 72 is 180. Transpose the 72, got 180 minus 72, which is 108. Then when I moved to this triangle and I updated that this is 108, I saw, hi man, this is an isosceles triangle again. So then I said in triangle PQR, PQ is equal to QR as it has been given to me. Then that means those angles, angle P3 and angle R2 are equal. You see, I forgot to write R2. I must specify. Okay. Then angles opposite equal side is my reason. Then I added the three angles together. P3, R2, and 108 equal to 180. There's my reason, sum of angles in a triangle. Then I substituted in the place of R2. Since R2 is P3, I just wrote P3 in the place of R2. There it is. Angle P3 plus angle P3 plus 108 is 180. Use my algebra, take the 108 over, divided by 2 both sides, got angle P3 is 36. Updated my diagram. Then I see, oh, this 36 plus this y plus this 54 share the same common vertex. They lie on a straight line. They are next to each other, adjacent immediately. So we just add the 3 and we say they are equal to 180. For this reason, angles on a straight line, we solve for y. We get y is 90. Okay. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Okay. So this GEC 2022 paper is not complete. There's one last question, but I will not do it now because I have to vamos. Okay. The last question is this one. It has to do with distance, speed, and time. That was the last question. So you can screenshot this, attempt to do it and see if you can do it on your own. So in 5 seconds, I will end the live. 5, screenshot now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So if you screenshot, then you can do it on your own. When I do the live again, I'll do this question, finish it off, and then I'll start the 2023 GEC paper. Okay, we will start that series of GEC 2023 and see every morning, do that live. Please guys, if you missed something, you can always go to my YouTube channel. There, the link is in my bio. It's the second link in my bio. You copy the link, you paste it onto your Google search engine. Then you actually search. It should lead you to the YouTube channel from there, because people are having difficulty connecting to the YouTube channel by simply clicking on my link in my bio. I don't know why. I think TikTok limits you. So please copy the link, you paste it on your Google search engine, you press search, you should be able to find the YouTube channel. It's called Maths is a Game. The icon, the picture icon is white. It's written Maths is a Game. You should find the videos. There's a playlist that I've compiled for GEC grade 9 grade 9 videos that I've been doing in the morning. I think there are 7 videos that I've uploaded so far for each live session that I've done. You can start from question 1 and go through all the questions. Up until today, I'll upload up until question 63, and then tomorrow I'll do question 64. So you'll have all of those available to you, so that as you revise for maths, you can actually use those GEC papers and revise. Thank you guys. I can't unfortunately go help you in the afternoon for now, because I'm busy with my grade 12 learners at the moment, preparing them for Friday. So unfortunately I can't. Cheers guys, thank you so much. Have a good one, and we'll see each other again.